Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, here we are. We're here for the preview episode.
Episode 3.5.
3.5. Which also means previewing episode 8.
That's right. Previewing episode 8.
And Grace.
We're up to episode 8.
Grace is here with us.
We got a guest appearance.
We're up to episode 8. That's right.
We're gonna have a lady's perspective on this one.
So I'm gonna talk about how hot all the guys are.
Oh,
you could
great.
do that. You could do that. If it relates to next week's episode.
Yeah.
Are there hot guys in next week's episode? Well,
we'll get around to that.
Pod is.
First of all, next week's episode is called No One.
No One.
No One. We all know what that's referring to, don't we?
Well, do we?
Well, and yeah, of course, they're always layered. But it probably, in a way, refers to many different scenarios. But just like the door referred to the fucking door.
Yeah.
No one, 90% of it is referring to the faceless no one.
Right. The faceless face-off that is John Travolta and Nicolas Cage in their face-off.
That's right.
No, that's not right.
No, it's not.
No, it's not right at all. But there's a lot of theories. We'll see what's correct. We'll learn a lot about the Arya outcome. We talked a lot about that in our main episode.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like there's going to be some blood going down at King's Landing, which is the big.
So we start out the
part of the
preview.
episode.
Yeah. Scene number 1 is Cersei approaching Lancel in a totally different way than they approached each other last time we saw them meet.
Yeah.
Incest.
Yeah.
Cue the incest joke. Yeah.
We're quiet now.
That was pretty creepy. Yeah,
It's awkward now.
They did have a creepy relationship early on, and so they're meeting again face to face. As far as I know, it's the first time since then that they've met face to face.
Well,
He
no,
have to
he was
accuse
there.
her?
He
He
accused
was
her.
there.
Oh yeah. Well, besides that, yeah.
Yeah. So, but why'd they pick him? Is it to throw salt in the wounds and be like, hey, look who's gonna fight and throw you in jail? Is the guy you banged to get you?
I don't think
I
this is
think-
the trial by combat. This is
I
not
think
it.
he's like the Tom Cruise of that group. He's a celebrity because he's like a high-ranking Lannister. So him delivering the message is like a high-profile guy. Like, I believe in religion.
So you
Well, and they're saying like, if
Tells
you
people
don't get out of the
family.
way, we're gonna have to resort to violence. She said I choose violence. Now, get out of the way for what, right? This is clearly not the trial by combat yet, right?
Yeah, I think it's just she's wanting to go somewhere and they're trying to block her, and she's just like,
Or they're wanting to go somewhere.
yeah.
And there's room for speculation within that. Maybe they're trying to pick her up, because she has to go back to trial.
I thought you meant like pick her up, like, hey,
Hey,
Cersei.
babe.
Yeah.
I've been there, done
Lancel,
that.
yeah, we've seen that before. No, but I mean that maybe it's time for her to go in for her trial by, whatever that trial is, and she wants to be a trial by combat. I mean, maybe, I can't really imagine. Maybe, have you guys heard of any of this wildfire speculation with Cersei?
Is that there's still wildfire in King's Landing?
Well, there is. It's in the basement of the Red Keep where she's confined.
But I thought they used all of the Blackfire in the Battle of Blackwater Bay. That's why Tyrion had to make himself more. So I thought they used it all up.
As far as I know,
That's
the
what I
Mad
thought.
King lined the entire city with it
Yeah.
in preparation for the thing that he didn't actually get to do because Jaime stabbed him. And so there's a big theory out there that Cersei, being as cornered and kind of trapped as she is gonna kind of have that ultimate freakout session where it's like, let the wildfire reign. Right? She has that connection to the Maester who kind of knew about that stuff.
Yeah.
Although not really,
Qyburn?
right? Because he's actually the one. It wasn't Qyburn. It was
Yeah.
Pycelle or whatever his name was. So I mean, it's I don't know. It's disjointed. I don't.
It was like the Manhattan Project of King's Landing, though, because it was
Exactly.
very high level clearance to know that information about the Blackfire and how much is being made downstairs.
Absolutely.
Big, not everyone gets that information.
So yeah. So anyway, whatever that amounts to, we see the Mountain kind of. He's gonna test his newfound zombie fighting skills, and at the end of the preview we see someone's like head getting smashed in. So we can only assume those scenes are connected, and it's gonna get bloody. As she says, they're choosing violence. But so
Brings it back, circles back.
right, indeed. And so we don't really know the extent of the violence. We don't know what the violence really represents, why it's happening, if it's if it's conclusive in that way. Like, is she getting out of the trial by combat? Is she getting out of the city? Maybe she's fleeing, which would be smart from her perspective.
It would be smart.
But so anyway, there's a lot of ifs. These previews tend not to give you the answers. Anyone?
Or does the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Anyone have any speculation about that? What do you think?
Just about Circe and her next moves.
Yeah, what's she doing?
It looks like she's just showing her force through the mountain. I think she's holding it down. I think the Blackfire thing, I'd love to see that happen, but I think she's just holding it down right now and wants, because she still has Tommen there, so she wants to get Tommen out. That's a big rescue mission. She's not giving up on that. She said that pretty much, and she's still her last child left. So
yeah, and we know
she's gonna do everything to get him out of there. So I think like using the mountain, just be like, I'm taking Tommen, we're getting the fuck out of here, or something, and then going nuts.
Maybe she just wants to talk to her son.
Maybe torching the place.
Oh yeah, they won't let her talk to him.
Yeah,
that's a distinct possibility.
Yeah.
Interesting. Let's move on then, I guess, right?
Yeah,
Next up, we've got River Run. We see Brienne and Pod entering the camps of the Lannisters. We see a setup for a showdown of sorts, right? Where Brienne's basically like, if push comes to shove, I have to defend the side of the Starks, which translates into the side of the Blackfish, I assume, which means that like if there's a war, Brienne's basically fighting against Jaime.
Yeah.
Lannister, and it's true.
Because she's sworn to Sansa.
Right. And remember,
and the Starks,
the Starks in the north need troops desperately. These guys here in River Run would be so valuable to their effort. So Brienne, like, not only is her duty just to say, hey, we need your help, but like she's in a situation where she thinks she could help them get out of it and bring those troops up north when all is said and done, right? Like that's.
Huh.
But then Jaime's gonna take the castle and whatnot, and they win.
And so
essentially, and then when they're done, if they do, succeed, they're gonna come home
tie
without a house.
Let's tie the clips together. And so we see a scene where it looks like the Blackfish is running down to these caves with Brienne and like maybe putting her in the boat that we then see her sailing out of River Run with, or we can assume sailing out of River Run. Who knows? That last scene where Brienne is looking in like looks like fear back at something. I can only assume she's looking back at River Run, maybe during the battle or post battle or whatever it is. It seems like she's not doing what she kind of said she was going to do, which was defending Blackfish in that war, or maybe it's become a lost cause. See, I mean, I hope that this preview isn't showing us too much in that sense, Like,
yeah, I mean, they're already showing Arya jumping around, and that was...
looked like it, right?
Yeah.
And we'll get into that, but sure. I really hope they didn't just show us that River Run is being lost to the Lannisters, and the North is losing all of those troops, and the Blackfish is like, he made a 2-episode cameo, which I guess beats Ian McShane, right? Who
does
was
beat him.
like YOLO. You only live one episode.
Oh, very nice.
Bam. Yeah. Sorry. Extra cheese on that one, but. Anyway, so I would assume that River Run is going to be at the heart of this episode's action. I mean, with the exception, of course, of Arya.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jaime, Brienne. What do you guys think? Who do you want coming out of this thing alive? Do you think there's any way that we come out of this with Jaime, Brienne, Pod, the Blackfish? With all of our recurring characters intact. Is there any way this happens?
I would like Jaime to survive most, because I think that he has a lot more of a plot line that needs to be resolved. Like, I love Brienne and Pod and all that business, but like, I get it. They're like one-trick ponies at this point.
Interesting.
Like these blind devotions. Like,
well, don't forget the Tormund and Brienne, the budding romance there. We don't want to see that fade away.
Yeah, he'll find a grizzly bear.
So the men are more sentimental about that.
I know, it's just weird.
We just love Tormund, I think.
I love Tormund too, though. He's on a commercial for like, he's sitting in a pool. It's weird. Sorry. Yeah, so Jaime I would prefer to.
Brian?
Prefer to survive? Brienne, I prefer to survive.
Most of all, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna agree with that, and even Pod to some extent, just because he's such a helpless little guy. Like, it would be such an unnecessary death. But we see him getting kidnapped in that footage too, so like it's not looking too good for Pod. Although I do see him in that boat sailing away in the end, so I don't. It's quite up in the air.
Oh, it could be from the book when she gets knocked out.
No, it definitely is. Yeah, I think so.
And he gets taken and.
Well, do we want to say? We want to keep it spoiler free though.
Now I want to know.
There's plot lines.
This is played out in the book.
Yeah, some of it is.
Man, so you book readers, you have a footing on us. Once again, once again, you guys are back in your
Yeah.
position of
Several of the plot points
authority.
you had mentioned, we already know.
Interesting.
Bye,
So-
babe.
Well, no, it's
No, you didn't say anything yet.
a tricky.
To be
I did.
fair,
Good
Um,
job.
and I'm actually curious. I don't know if I'm gonna spoil myself or not. But no, I'm gonna go into it fresh. Because I mean, really, like for if you haven't read the books, the fate of River Run is very much up in the air. The fate of the Blackfish, who's kind of an endearing character in some ways. At least he's like one of few remaining real loyalists to the North, you know, in a real true sense, you know. So it would be sad. But anyway, I suppose that's about all you can say. I'd like to bring everyone's attention now. You see this huge dent in the mountain's armor right there? And it looks
Is
like
that
maybe
a
there's a
dent?
little blood coming down.
Is that
He's had a fight, and it looks like it's probably with Lancel and those guys are dead. So goodbye, Lancel. And fuck you, honestly. Like, you were.
Oh yeah, there's that scene 16 seconds into the preview, if you're watching it, where it looks like a somewhat glorious, smarky.
Yeah,
She does-
Cersei looks
yeah,
like she's
she-
won
Like she's
won
like,
something.
Yeah,
in her
she's got that
snarky way.
smirk.
It's not like a
So yeah, I think the mountain destroys Lancel and his little posse, the little merry men, and gets to whatever it is. Maybe she's trying to get to this sort of banquet or whatever the hell it is. So I guess good for her. I'm still very much up in the air about King's Landing right now. And then we see Jamie and the River Run thing unfold, and it
Let's
looks
call him
like
Jaime.
they're advancing onto River Run. The best thing we could hope for, as again, show watchers and not book readers, because you might already know, is that Brienne would actually convince the Blackfish to retreat out of River Run and go support the North and just let Jamie, because Jamie's like, come on, this is an unnecessary fight, you're just going to die anyway, we have so many more troops, you're just dragging this out. Maybe Brienne convinces him and everyone survives. Hey, but that's so not George Martin Game of Thrones.
I just had a revelation. That waif looks like Lena Dunham, except
whoa.
Thinner and
clothed
yeah.
in more
Yeah.
tolerable.
So that brings us up to the waif, to Fiona.
Fiona, we call her Fiona.
We call her Fiona
Why?
around here.
Fiona Apple, of course.
Ryan, when he discovered her, she was referred to as the waif. It was like, oh, like Fiona Apple.
Yeah.
So it's stuck.
She's like sickly though.
Oh, wave.
More like-
Waves. It's a fine line, right?
Yeah,
Whoa, she's
she's
talented.
waifish.
Talented. Fiona Apple, if you're out there and you're listening, we do appreciate your
You're a
music.
wonderful musician.
Yes, piano playing ability. So then again, we get the boat scene out of River Run. So much mystery about that, and again, we can only hope it doesn't look good for the Blackfish. But and then we get Tyrion looking up at this foreboding. My guess is that the dragon and Daenerys have landed atop wherever they are, and we're getting.
Oh, okay.
You know, she's back. Kind of finally, that whole Essos thing gets tied into one story, because it was, you know, like not having Tyrion for 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Like right now, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I like Tyrion more than Daenerys, and his storyline is more interesting than hers to some capacity. So like, I kind of almost want to see, if I'm gonna see Essos and that whole thing, I want to see more Tyrion than.
Yeah, Tyrion's been kind of low part. He has been kind of.
2 episodes
He's been
out.
busy. His part, yeah.
2 episodes. I don't even think that's ever happened before on Game of Thrones. It's not right.
Well,
Unnatural.
Well, to be fair, the marine scenes are much more like they kind of go on for a while.
It's
you know?
background, really.
Yeah,
like,
it's background.
You're waiting for
so-
Daenerys. That's
yeah,
what I'm
you're waiting
saying.
for-
I want
yeah.
Daenerys to get back.
Yeah,
Let's
it's just
move on.
like so, like it's kind of probably a good thing.
And I'm glad that you reminded everyone that the Greyjoys, Theon and Yara are actually already in Essos, because that means that whole story of those guys hopefully meeting up and kind of ganging up and whatever could actually come into fruition relatively soon. I would just love to see Yara and Theon with Daenerys and Tyrion. I mean, like, what a power team that whole one is. Like,
yeah.
and you've
Tyrion.
got Varys, and maybe Jorah can find a cure, and we have to see more about Jorah. We're missing plots. We're missing Dorne. We're missing Jorah. We're missing, like, even Tyrion and Varys. We're missing.
What about Samwise? He's gonna be like
Yeah.
Sam Tarly is.
Hey, Lord of the Rings. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we're running out of time here on the previous things. We can go on if we're looking.
Yeah.
at all these
And
things.
anyway, that's all there is to say. It
That's
looks
all
like
there
we're
is to
gonna
say.
get a reunion in Essos of the kind of main characters out there.
Yeah. we're definitely going to find out who is right with the Arya theory. We're going to find some sort of conclusion with that.
And that's
for sure.
pretty much where we're ending it, right? Like,
yeah, we're ending it like that.
The waif / Fiona / whatever you want to call it is in hot pursuit of someone.
Looks like we're in some action next week.
Hot pursuit, right? We've got Arya being chased. Arya being chased by the waif. Is it Arya? There's a lot of debate. The hair looks too long. The figure looks too boyish.
Well, it's definitely a stunt double.
That's what I saw. That's what I thought. But like for the preview to highlight to put so much on that, I don't know.
Well, I'm going to be the interrupter here and say we should wrap it up to keep it a nice, concise thing. So we'll have to talk about everything that happened next week.
Yeah, and there's not a whole lot of room for theories. We talked about them in episode 3 regarding the last episode, because we talked about what we thought could happen to Arya, maybe even what could happen with the Hound and his group and how that came to be. So there are a lot of theories already out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, the Hound had a little appearance in that preview too, with his axe.
Yeah, he's going nuts.
Yeah, he's going to just killing brotherhoods.
For a little recap,
without banners.
and we don't want to spoil, I'll just do a real quick one. There is a theory out there that the reason the Brotherhood without banners was so dirty and malevolent and just massacre these people is because they're receiving orders. And I can't be, because I don't want to spoil it for non-book readers, from someone who's returning.
Oh, yes. That's what I agree. Yep, I agree.
So that could be cause for a very big surprising return for people who haven't read the books. And even for people who have read the books, because I think... Anyway, wrapping it up. Can't wait for Noone.
Good.
Episode 8. That's it. Good night. And hello, Grace. Welcome to the team.
Oh, thanks. Pleasure.
Ain't no sunshine.